I now recognize the gentlelady from New York, Ms. Stefanik.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In May 2012, Chairman Klein wrote to you about the injury and illness rate of mine inspectors, and in your reply to his letter, you noted latent hearing loss as one of the primary reasons for the high incidence rate levels. In 2014, the injury and illness incident rate for mine inspectors was 5.2 per 100 employees, whereas last year the industry average was 2.43 per 100. What is MSHA doing to protect inspectors?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last part.
What is MSHA doing to protect their inspectors?
So I think everyone probably pretty well understands that the folks that we hire are mining veterans that come to us from the mining industry. I'm a believer that 5-year rule in the Mine Act that we should have at least 5 years mining experience should be the order of the day. So you have some folks that come to work with us has already had, whatever experience that they've had. As a matter of fact, that's the reason I have to have drills in my left ear sort of, has changed in, my hearing as well. So we have that, plus we have these mine inspectors going back into these same conditions with exposures. We provide them with the best protections that we can, the best guidance and training that we can, and it's something that concerns us as well. I want our miners to be, our inspectors to be as safe, if not safer, than the mines, that they inspect. So we're looking at a number of things to try to improve that, but I think if you look at both the terrain that they travel into and their backgrounds when they come to us as inspectors, that there are some issues like that we have to address.
Thank you. My second question relates to the consistency among inspectors, which is an issue that we continue to hear from stakeholders about. For example, one inspector may see a hazard and prescribe abatement in order for the operator to avoid future citations, whereas in another case, another inspector arrives and in the same work area finds fault with that abatement and issues a different directive, requiring additional efforts to mitigate to address those concerns. What's being done to prevent these inconsistencies from happening?
I think if you look back, when I arrived here, there was a number of things in place. The Miner Act just went into effect. I think there was an escalation of enforcement, probably the heaviest for the first time in history on the metal-on-metal side. MSHA had just overhauled the penalty system that increased penalties from level of in the $20 million range up to the $140, $160 million range in terms of the aftermath of the disasters that happened in 2006. And as I noted, when I came here, about half of the inspectors that was on board at the time had 2 years less inspections. One of the very first things that we did to, and things have, from 2010 to now, I can guarantee you things have changed. And I just talked to the industry folks out there who I just came from California, one of my last visits, that we talked about how much things have changed because of the actions we have taken. Those included setting up a training program for our frontline field supervisors that are responsible for overseeing the inspections. We put into place, actually in May of 2010, a training program that requires every field office supervisor every 2 years to go through at least a week's training. We are plowing back into inconsistency issues in that training. We have pretty much retrained most of our inspectors on the coal side and the metal side. We've rewritten the handbooks, and I know probably more extensively on the coal side, we retrained everybody to those. I personally am out at mine sites, out meeting with our stakeholders across the country, and we have used that to reconnect the dialogue between our agency and our stakeholders out there. I put back in place a critical piece of helping to resolve issues, which is a pre-contest conferencing process, went into effect in 2012. And what this is when a mine operator receives a citation, instead of waiting till the lawyers line up before the review commission, they can call up the district office, say, we need to sit down, your facts wrong here, and settle those before you even assign a penalty to it. We've done 15,000 violations since that time, and about 55% of those have never went on to litigation as ways to resolve it. These meetings we have across the country in the Midwest with about 8 or 10 aggregate associations. I think I'm getting ready for my 7th trip since I've been here to go out. We just came from Texas about 2 weeks ago, California a couple weeks ago. But we're out basically on the front lines talking to folks, and violations are down, penalties are down, special assessments are down considerably. I think they're about half of what they were in 2010. We know these things are working, and so these our efforts to continue on with our stakeholders and meet and greet and have discussions, have workshops, they've got us where we're at. We're going to continue to do that.
Thank you for the thoughtful answers. I yield back.